Yo, yo, yo. Peace, peace. What it do? It is I.the.cool coming live. Mental Arts Dojo 02 with our special guest of the week, Senza Infinite IT. This is her song Momentum Bounce. Peace, peace, Chef IR.
Too many days, too many days, too many days, too many days, too many days. I heard you came in for the pause. Just know I'm not your average star. Because I say you shine so bright just like me. Really like see. And we ain't come to just I see. Too many days, too many numbers, too many ways, too many ways.
Senza Infinite Momentum Bounce. Yo, yo, yo. What up, IT?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Good, good. Nice to see you. Big smile on the face.
Yeah.
Out here.
Teaching all day.
Sir, yes, sir. So how's your day been? Been doing well, hopefully?
It's been pretty chill. Yeah. What about yours?
Same old, you know what I'm saying? Just excited to get into these bars, you know what I mean? Just regular life. 100%. But yeah, all right, so let's get right into it. Source 02, Senza Infinite, the no-namer, the three dots, dot, dot, dot. All right? What's that all about, Senza IT?
Those dots? Like, for real?
I mean...
Because I was...
Is that a bad intro?
I
thought
listen, I was trying to come up with the right actual, like, I don't know what to name it, but then I was just like, you know what? It felt so open-ended.
I like that though. That's clean. You know what I'm saying? It fills that spot in. You know what I mean? So it's blessed 100%. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Chef IR. We got a few questions in the question box. I'm giving her credit. I said I wouldn't give her any credit, but here we are. You're getting your credit now, Chef IR. You're getting it. Yeah. So I mean, Senza, let's get into this this process. I mean, what sort of went through your head when you're making this piece?
Well, so actually, I started off with the instrumental. I made the instrumental. It sounded totally different at first, but I think for me, like how I like to go with instrumentals first, and then I like to kind of just freestyle the sounds to see what comes up, and then after that, then I kind of dig in and kind of get to the actual, like, fill in the rest of the lyrics. So yeah.
So you said you found the instruments or you made it?
No, I made it. Come on, man.
You produced that?
I made that.
Damn. I wish I had gunshots on this laptop. Doof, doof, doof. You know, it's not playing.
I'll do it for you.
I didn't know you produced.
Yeah, you know.
Crazy. I love that.
One thing over here, I'll be out here trying to make it happen.
First time I heard, you know, it's fire though. I like the beat a lot. It's really nice. I like the instruments in it. It felt very like very artistic. You know what I mean? Like it had like a different feel than just like a regular rap over a beat. It felt like something like more thought. You know what I mean? Which actually will get us into the first question that we can kind of sit on and ponder on is when you are doing this, is it based on the message or the mood?
That's a great question. I feel like I have to balance both of those. I feel like I can always be in a mood. You know, we all got stuff going on, right? So I can easily be in a mood. And then I feel like my message is pretty consistent across the board. It doesn't matter what I'm saying. I could be telling a story, this and that. I feel like at the end of the day, the message is kind of like just being very aware of words. That's my message. Really, just like, what am I actually saying? So I think it's more, it's a combination, really. Like I'm always in a mood, and I'm always in a mood to kind of just like, to kind of say how I feel it is. You know what I mean? Just be like really to the point, even if it's kind of being like a little like bragging a little bit or things of the sort, mixed with a message. So I think it's both. I don't have, It's not either. It's both. Apologize.
Which one? Which one would you say dominates? If you had to put it to
Message. Message.
message over the mood.
Yeah. Some say I'm a purist. No, I definitely message is super, super important to me. Super important.
100%. And I feel like there's a lot of layers to this verse that we should unpack 100%. So, did you want to kind of give us a rundown? Kind of go through it and let us know what's being said, things to look out for. Basically, deconstruct your verse. I don't know if somebody
I'll go through the first part. I kind of split it up. I'll go through the first part first, right? So it goes, I'm giving out snack for thought, and I ain't waning. No, I'm on the move and steady grazing. No, I ain't a cow. I'm a bull with the pen when I'm raging, and a matador when I rip the page. Then take my rap for a walk on the pavement, and those steps are indicative of changes, so I don't have to peel my dreams off the ground like they're baking like a raisin in the sun. Done. So I'll start with that part. So kind of just running through, like, I know, like the saying, like, oh, I'm giving food for thought. I was just trying to be a little clever and say a snack, right? And then it kind of ties into the no, I'm the move steady grazing, because I feel like snacking, right? You kind of just getting a little energy in your gut so you can keep going, right? So it's grazing is kind of the same thing. So I'm just saying that I'm giving energy while I'm also continuously like creating my own energy. And then like people like grazing. Go ahead.
I just want to ask you something that I caught. I don't know if this was intentional. If it's intentional or it's not, you don't have to say. When you say weighing in, to me it sounds like weigh in, like as if like a boxer's about to weigh in. So to me it ties in with the snack reference. You're not supposed to be munching up when you're trying to go for a weigh in. It depends. That's how I heard it. I'm just, continue.
I'm gonna let you think on that for a long time.
Yeah, all right. So sorry to cut you off. Continue. You're going off.
Yeah, and then anyways, so just back to the grades, and like people think, when I said that, I'm like, oh, people are gonna be like, oh no, like a cow, right? That's the first thing that came to me. If someone said grazing, I'm like, nah, like ain't nothing wrong with cows, but I come way harder than that. That's why I switched it into I'm a bull with the pen when I'm raging. And then I was kind of like, how do I continue that? So I kind of did the matador, and I'm like a matador when I rip the page. Then so I did that motion, but it's kind of like, it's me saying I'm snatching it, but as matadors do, right, when they're moving, it's kind of like a snatching motion. So that's how I kind of played into that. And then it's kind of just take my rap for a walk on the pavement. And those steps are indicative of changes. So I'm saying like, I'm just I'm in motion. I am moving, and in order for things to change, like obviously, like there has to be some type of movement. And then so I don't have to peel my dreams off the ground like a raisin bacon in the sun. So it's multiple. It could be a lot of things. Like it was playing on the Langston Hughes poem, but also it could be on the actual play itself, right? A raisin in the sun, but that's not what I was going for. I kind of was just going for like, a dream deferred, basically. I was kind of thinking like a little bit too, like I was like, before there's a raisin, it's a what?
It's a grape. Is it not
exactly? So that, right. So it's just like, that's what came to me. Like, yo, like I don't want to sit there so long that I ain't nothing. And I put peel because that just means like that take a lot of effort to peel something off versus you just gotta pick it up. You know what I mean? So like that's why I was kind of playing on that. Yeah, and that's the first part.
I like the take my rap for a walk steps. And then peeling it off the ground, it feels like a concrete type of like, to me, it puts the word concrete in my head, right? And obviously ties into KRS-One's definition, hip hop knowledge and movement, right? So I like that a lot. That's super ill. 100%. And I feel like it's got a lot of choice words in there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to add based on part one, that part?
No, unless you got another question, no.
You waiting for me to pull the entendres out? What's going on?
Listen, I'm waiting. You do your thing. I'm letting you lead the way.
100%. But yeah, I like the whether or not you meant weigh in or weigh in. I like that and how you did the whole ring reference. Like when I think of a bull, I think of like the bull pen, like the ring and like the pen and the bull. You got a lot of bars. You know what I'm saying? Bars.
I was.
Bars.
That was the intention.
Bars. Right? Here's another one of the questions. How many tones of voice do you use when you're making your raps?
Ooh, that's
According to a friend of the people, you have a great deep
anonymous
tone.
person
Anonymous person. We're not credited. No, I'm playing, but
that we shall not name.
100%.
Yo, I don't have an answer to that, honestly, because it's whatever's needed. That's how many. Whatever's needed. Because I feel like I always try to go for like the feeling. You know what I mean? So like if I'm saying like, yay, I'm not gonna say yay like I'm sad. So if I have to change it to get that point, then I will. But then I also have to make it match later on, you know, with something else that I'm saying. So I feel like as much as needed for in order for there to be consistency, I guess, in quality and in sound, I would say so. So yeah, it's what's needed. I love changing my voice too. You know, I kind of like, I think of it is obviously it's a musical instrument in itself, you know what I mean? But like there's a beat, but also I feel like I'm my own beat. So I like to, you know, I like to hear the melody, but also I like to sing my own song through it.
Like you're using your voice and your words as an instrument. You're kind of just going on your thing, kind of putting
Yeah.
100%, 100% that part. What about the second part? What's going
All
on?
right.
Plus IT.
All
Sorry,
right.
the infinite.
It,
You know what I'm saying?
infinite.
Infinite? I mean, however it is bars, no?
I mean, all right. Okay.
Sure.
So we'll go to the part. So I said, I skipped over. All right. So I said, but this is playing off of the last bar before that. So I don't have to peel my dreams up off the ground like they're baking like a raisin in the sun. Done. Right. So go back to that. You baking something that's gonna be in the oven. It's done. Leads into the next part, but I'll keep the heat, saying that I'll keep the sun. Like I'll take that warmth, right? And then I'll add it to the lyric, and it melts to the beat, and then it overflows as it roams through the street. That mathematically applies if you can't send the heat to the bottom of your feet. Shrill, just to take a second to heal. I'll pause right there. So, all right. So what I'm saying is I'm taking the heat, right, that was already generated, and I'm using that to add. I'm adding it to the lyric and the beat, so it melds. Then it's flowing, right? It's roaming wherever it's gonna go. And then the next part that I actually thought was kind of clever is it mathematically applies to, like, you know, say if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen, right? So I just kind of applied it like to all these fire bars or this lava that's flowing everywhere. Like if you can't stand that, like the bottom of your feet is gone. That's it. And then the shrill, right, is the sound you would make. And then just take a second to heal, which means to like actually like heal yourself. But also afterwards, I thought it was kind of funny because if the bottom of your feet is burned, then you don't got no heels. The other type of heal. Anyways.
And also, yo, if the lava's roaming through the streets, like, yo, if you might take cover on a hill, you know? It's bars. Bars.
I see you out here, all right?
I'm like one of those like rap genius guys that just be going too deep in the cut. Artists like, I didn't even mean that. Now I'm playing, but
hey, that's good though. I'm too calm to be that anyway. So I like what you're picking up.
There's another thing too I want to say. I like the imagery. It feels kind of like a chemist. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like you're cooking up, which goes back to the heat, goes back to the oven, goes back to the word tracking, right? So that's very ill.
Yeah, thank you. Definitely a lot of imagery. Once I like realized like, oh yeah, I got to keep going because it was imagery after imagery after imagery. But I think it makes it more fuller too. You know what I mean? More rich. And I really just kind of I wanted people to to hear me, but also they can, you know, actually be watching listening / watching the movie at the same time.
Kind of takes you on like a trip. It's very good like word building, like scenery building. You're kind of setting the tone, setting the mood. You kind of have like it's like the setting of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like it's creating this piece that's more than just not just listening and it's gone. It's like putting you there as a listener, right?
Yeah.
100%. And all right, so after that, take a second to heal. Right after that piece, let's actually see. Maybe we got another question in here that would help articulate. All right, so when you were doing the your performance, it was very you had a lot of movements, a lot of actions, a lot of things that kind of spoke to your demeanor when you're delivering these bars, right? Is that something that's 100% intentional, or is that something that you're just in the flow state? It just happens. How do you weigh that in terms of your delivery? Do you weigh that on a scale where it's like, okay, I need to step up my performance, or is it something that's just like it's on and off type thing, right?
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty like what's the word? I'm pretty animated in general. And with that animation a little bit deeper is I'm kind of like I feel everything to the bone, you know what I mean? So I kind of like it's natural, and so when I add intention to it, it's just more, you know what I mean? But I feel like I already rock like that anyways. But also like I really want to say, I want someone to pick up what I'm saying. So also with that, like you feel emotion, you know what I mean? You watching a movie, someone like some sad part, somebody crying, you might shed a couple of tears, you know what I mean? So it's like, how am I going to bring that into the movie that, you know, that I'm presenting to people? So, yeah.
And I feel like the mood was very captivating, even towards the end, kind of the way that the instrumental kind of changed, and the way you kind of, I know, one of them, I was like, damn. Like, I felt sad, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I didn't feel hype, but then I was like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Straight up, I'm just keeping it a buck, right? Might have shed a tear or two, you know what I'm saying? Don't hold me to that though, but
sorry, you can cry. Yeah. You don't gotta hide them tears. It's all right.
You just gotta let it out sometimes, you know what I'm saying? So taking that back again to the bars, to the next piece. You said so you can take, oh yeah, maybe if you want to grab that third part.
Yeah. So we'll go with I'll start with that mathematically applies if you can't send the heat to the bottom of your feet. Shrill. Just take a second to heal so you can see me lace a whole lot of depth in lyric. I call it see me bass. And you'll never see me trace. I know you'll never see me still, and I'm a solid as steel, and I ain't no run of the mill. So, and then after that, the last part. Actually, let's go over that part first before we do the last part. So, obviously, I was thinking, obviously, if you're lacing something, you already know what lacing is. But I'm saying lacing depth in lyrics. So I'm saying like that's what I'm putting it together, right? You can have lyrics, right? Me talking right now, in a sense, it's lyrics, right? But there's times where I feel it's not as important as other times. And when I think about music, it's like I'm always looking for depth, probably 9 times out of 10. At least until I call it see me bass, right? Because you know bass has depth to it, which goes back, plays on each other. Then I said, and you'll never see me trace. So I'm thinking about when you're in school, when you're learning how to like write your letters, someone had already put the dots around, then you go back around and you trace it. So in this sense, I'm saying still stealing. You know what I mean? So you already did it. And then I said, which then I was like, I know, what'd you say?
It's a different type of art form. Like you're basically comparing originality to just kind of like mimicking.
Yeah.
Not to disrespect tracers, because I know tracers get upset when you say it's and they're not artists, but I see what you mean though. It's the comparison of originality versus something that's just like a mere mimic, a mere copy, a mere like. I see that. That's ill.
Yeah. You know, to each his own. They want to trace. That's cool. Y'all do y'all thing. I'm just saying. Or in a sense, right? We all and to say that, like in a sense, right? We all kind of trace, right? That's how we learn how to walk. That's how we learned how like all these different things. So I do understand that, and also in the sense of like music. I'm not into tracing. Like obviously I pull from everything I listen to, right? Even this conversation, like this could somehow go like into a song. But also it's just like, is this a conscious decision that I'm like, I'm gonna put this, or is it something that naturally happened? Yeah. So
sorry about that. I got the low power message. Another thing too, this is kind of a stretch, but like when I see the lyrics see me bass, to me, I think of the word sea bass. I don't know. Fish, man. ties
Yeah.
into the depth. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, I'm just fishing for something right here. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, you know, I don't know. Maybe just looking at the lyrics, it's definitely a stretch, but it's, to me, it's just like, yo, like, you know, I could see that as something somebody might, you know, imply that with people who do a lot of word letter flips, right? So
I got you.
it's kind of lit. Oh, they better roast me for that one.
Yeah, listen. Everybody is entitled to their.
That's the ultimate stretch. That's gymnastics, right?
I mean, I think that's that's further than gymnastics. That's like, I don't know.
That's way too far. That's yoga at this point, bro.
I feel like it surpassed yoga. I don't know what,
Big.
but we just gonna call it a match. That's how far it's stretched. That's what we're
can't wait for them to catch me in the chat after. I can't wait. All right, so I know you'll never see steel, right? And
I know you'll never. I know you'll never
see me steal.
You never see me steal. Like that goes back to the tracing, right? Me saying like tracing is basically like stealing. I'm just saying it again in a different type of way. And then I said, and I'm a child of that still, because why not? Because I am. And what I mean by that is just kind of like in, like, I guess just kind of goes to like my morals. Very solid. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying like I ain't out here to kind of like steal and copy. I'm here to create something new. Like you ain't got to worry about me trying to be over here trying to see what someone else is doing so I can try to, you know, mimic it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and actually just a shout out to Stu because I steel bases. Never see me steal, you know, that's lit. And just actually another one, let's just Chef IR, she said explain lace. Do you mind explaining lace?
Oh, okay.
Like something like you're lacing something, or is it something like
lacing, like basic lacing, weaving into something. Like I'm inserting, what I mean by that, I'm inserting myself into the
like threading it.
What I'm lacing is the depth itself, and what I mean the depth in lyrics, lyrical content.
And I like the lace. It ties. Oh man, it ties back to bars, yo. I'm a lyricist. Yo, it ties back into the take it for a walk, concrete reference. It feels like you're getting ready to put the shoes on, walk in my shoes. So many different types of idioms that it's kind of taking that path, you know. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt and say that was completely intentional. Since I
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm just trolling you, bro. But 100%. And then I ain't no run of the mill. Whenever I hear the word mill, it reminds me of Old Dutch chips, bro. This ain't no ad sponsor, but I don't know, man. It got the mill.
What's that? What's that Canadian thing? What is that?
Oh, you don't know Old Dutch? Damn.
Nah.
I'm gonna put you on game after.
That's what they do out there in Canada. That's you.
Yeah, it's like this chips from back in the day. I don't even know. You guys got Lay's?
Lay's, yeah. Lay's is pretty like that. That's a global thing. I'm Old Dutch though. I ain't never heard of that.
Old Dutch fire. Oh, you didn't even see what I said. Y'all got Lay's. Y'all got lace. Come on, Senza IT. All right. Let's get into this last bar that you have.
All right. Well,
the one that will dedicate the next 20 minutes of the segment to understand. Let's get right into it.
All right. All right. So I said, and I'll never pay you lyrical poison out here just to feed these bills. So I could have said, right? I thought about it. I could have said, and I'll never feed you lyrical poison to pay these bills. But what I mean by that is like when you interact with people, right? It's kind of like if I'm talking to you and I'm like just straight up being like a jerk, right? You would feel like, yo, like you ain't done nothing to me. Why are you doing this to me? Right? Like for what? So if I'm giving you something, I'm feeling like this is what you're owed, right? So I'm saying I would never pay you. Like I'm not going to pay you in this, give you this because I feel you owe this. Just out here to feed my livelihood, basically my bills. So I think about like feed when you're trying, you feed something to keep it going, right? You know what I mean? If you don't got food, so I mean like lights. If you don't pay, you ain't gonna have no lights. You know what I mean? So you have to feed that account. So I'm just really saying like, I'm not gonna yes, right. Like I understand like money is important in the world. And also I'm not here to make a quick buck, right?
Right,
Like I
right.
feel like for myself, it's like, yeah, I could like rap about other things that I deem less important, and I might be way further than I am now, but money's not that important to me. What really matters is what I'm actually putting out. Like I'm not trying to, what I say poison people is like things that I think are poisonous to the mind, as far as like things that make you and others feel less than. Um,
Mm.
you know, like I feel like, and not all music got to be like, you know, we all got a hug and we all got like, it don't got to be all like that, but like I ain't trying to hear like, you know, I ain't trying to be called a B every 7 seconds, and things of the sort. And that's just me. So I feel like what I want to give. Let me be the antidote. You know, but I ain't gonna give that stuff that I feel is like ultimately killing people. So yeah.
The antidote or the vaccine? No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. I'm joking.
Listen,
I'm joking, bro. Yo, but I gotta. When I hear this bar, it puts the image. When you say "feed these bills," it puts the image of like a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like you feeding the monster. That's kind of what it pays into. When you say the word "I'll never pay you" lyrics, pay you puts the word of like a toll. I don't know, that kind of the stretch that it does that on me, right? So it's like you're paying them lyrics, but at the end of the day, you're giving them something, and it's like a, I don't know if the words, I don't think the word's juxtaposition, but it's like a flip on it. It's like maybe you're contrasting the two, where things would be regularly, it's like inverse.
yeah.
And I really rock with that because it puts another like layer of depth to the lyric. You know what I mean? Like you could have easily said it the other way, and it would have been easier to grasp and easier to understand. But this one, it says like, why did they say it that way? And it's like, with lyricists, you know everything is intentional to a degree. Like everything that they do, the word tracking, you know it's for a reason. So if something catches my ear like that, it's like there's something hidden here. You know, it's like a metal detector. Like, yo, there's some gold in somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's going off for a reason, you know what I mean? That's kind of that part, right?
No, yeah, and I like I said, like I thought about it. I was like, I could do it the regular way, right?
Mm.
But I'm like, what's the fun in that? You
Right,
know what I
right,
mean? And
right,
it does
right.
make it more like, you know, it's more of a deeper feel to it. And
It's
it
a
does make you
different.
think, right? It's not that simple, which goes back to the beginning, which is I'm giving you snack for thought. Like I'm not here to just kind of like, I'm here to give you energy, right? I'm not here to give you all these like sluggish things that kind of just numb you out. Like you gotta think.
Mm-hmm,
I'm gonna
mm-hmm.
need, you know, so that's kind of
Gotta
what
put the mind to use.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I really like the depth of it. I like the layers of it. The word tracking, the word choicing. It's like and especially that last piece. It's like to me, I see that as like a level up for like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're looking at it as like when you can do it the easy way, but you choose not to pick the low hanging fruit, take it a bit higher. That's like a level up. It's like, to me, it's like a lyrical flex kind of, and not in a way of like super braggadocio, but it's like if you were a lyricist, you see it because you're like, damn, they could have said it that way, but they kind of flipped it. You know what I mean? It's like rhyming like a specific word, but flipping it the other way. It's like, and you have like, yo, well, why didn't he say this? And then you realize, oh, that's why he didn't say that. And it's like it adds like another like level up, kind of a little bit more like respect in terms of the bars. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I feel like you came with that.
I'm trying. My thing is like I get bored. Honestly, I get bored with a lot of music because I'm like, oh, I like to think. You know, I don't gotta think all the time, but I'm like, I like to think. So if I can like
Yeah,
predict, then I'm like, okay, I've already lost interest. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I like to think. I'm a thinker. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I make music for people who like to think as well. So
100%. And even with that prediction piece, like it's a little bit of like an off-topic piece. It's like I know even I keep mentioning this guy because he's so lyrically incredible. Like MF Doom, like he does the same kind of, he does it in a different way where it's like he'll put a gap and he'll make you predict and fill it in yourself, but he won't say it. And it's the same way with Lou IT and Miro Jr. when he has that blank where you could fit like 3 different words into that piece, and it's like, damn, like it's a crazy bar. You know what I'm saying? So I like that missteps of you can't predict it, because like me being a lyricist, if I listen to a rapper and I could predict your next bar, it kind of like, it's not fun for me anymore. No disrespect, but it's like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I like to be on my toes. Like, what's he gonna say next? Like, I can't even, like, oh, he's gonna say this and I get it wrong. It's like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of like,
yeah.
it's the game kind of, you know what I'm saying? And it's very adds another whole different dimension to it, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I feel like there's music for different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's not, like, you don't got to put a lot of thought, right? And people just want to like do a little whatever, a little dance. And then it's times where I'm like, yo, like let's do an exercise. You know what I mean? Let me exercise my brain a little bit. So.
But the difference too is like, yo, I know like a lot of times in rap, people are very braggadocious. And I know with me too, I've been times I'm like, yo, I'm the GOAT. But it's like, I'm kicking some super simple lines. But once you get better, you look back and you're like, damn, like, yo, I wasn't even nice. Like, I thought I was nice. I wasn't even nice at all. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look,
so
and then
like,
all the people
like
who gas you like,
It's like a funny thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever I go back, literally listen to my old material, I'm like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Part of the process, right?
Yeah, 100%. You will look like a fool.
You needed to think you was the GOAT so you can, do better now.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like different. Like, you don't even, what was that syndrome? It's a syndrome where it's like, you're so incompetent, you don't even recognize your own incompetence.
That sounds rough,
you know
though.
Huh? So what?
I said, that sounds rough.
Well, yeah, but it's like, it's the same thing. Like, I feel like for like when you're on the path to like mastery, when you're trying to become better, because there's times where you think you're nice, and then you realize later, no, you weren't nice at all, but you didn't even know what nice was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's no diss. And again, I'm not saying this from like oh, we're not, like, I'm not saying that. I'm speaking from my own personal experience. You know what I mean? And I feel like it happens with everybody when you're consistently trying to get better, you're always gonna realize that you're never really good enough. There's always room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to fix this point up so it doesn't come across as some other thing.
I see you there. You're trying really hard. I saw you.
I'm giving a smoke for everybody.
Full circle.
Everybody should catch this smoke. No, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. But you know what I'm saying, right? But yeah, I mean, with a piece like this, like, you feel like it's something that that you really like. You zoned in. You're like, yo, I'm coming with the bars. Like, is this like where can we get more of Senza Infinite? Like, is this how you usually are on every track, or is it something that like you kind of go into your different bags, your different moods, your different vibes? Like, how does that come through? Because it feels like you really picked up the gloves for this one. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of like you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's something that I like about the series is everybody's coming seriously. You know what I'm saying? And
Listen, how can I not become hard? No, I had to. I had to bring all the bars, all of them. I don't feel like and I won't say that everything I do is like that. Per se, there's lots of this essence in other projects. And I feel like there's times to be like, yo, like I'm coming in, like I got the bars, like I'm trying to, like, this is what I'm establishing, like we're gonna, we're going for all these things. Like, there's time for that, and there's time to, like, all right, like, let me do a little singy, let me do a little that, kind of like a chill vibe. But I feel like, again, the messages it's the same across the board. But I feel like this is like rabbity rap. And I feel like there's times when I like that, and then there's other times when, like, I like it doesn't have to be as in-depth, because it may not go with the feeling that I'm going for. You know what I mean? Like, I don't never sacrifice quality. I might sacrifice quantity and, like, how many, metaphors can I do? Like, it doesn't have to be that all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of like, I kind of just go with how I'm feeling, honestly. You know what I mean? So, like, this is the day when I need to come with all the raps, all the bars, then I'm gonna do it. And then if not, then I'm gonna just, let me sing my song, have a couple of bars, and keep it pushing.
100%. And I feel like with this piece, I feel like it's to me, it's a very like you said earlier, like message driven piece. Like, it feels like you're getting something off your chest. But at the same time, like the metaphors and stuff and the bars and the entendres and the word track, it's not there for show with this piece. You know what I mean? It's like you have the main message and these are just adding to it, versus some other pieces are just made to be like flexing freestyles in terms of, like, I'm gonna just lyrically just show you that I'm dope. But with something like this, it felt like you're kind of proving a point, like, yo, I Senza Infinite in the building. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how it feels, you know? And I feel like the beat choice, the mood, like, it felt serious. Like, I was like, yo, Senza's not playing. Like, that's the mood that comes across, you know what I'm saying? And it's not like we expected anything less. But when I say something like my piece, for example, it was made in a way that it's like, it's kind of like that, but at the same time, it's like a little cheeky references, you know what I'm saying? Like sleek bars, right? Versus
it's cool.
yeah, which is dope for what it is, you know what I'm saying? It's how I am. And I think it translates how I be talking too, right? Sly Watch, for example, he had the whole like sporadic, like journey, like crazy, like flow, you know what I'm saying? And your thing had its thing, and I feel like it's dope when you assess every artist's pen, because every artist has multiple pens that they can use, and I feel like it's just me acknowledging the fact that like when I hear this as somebody who raps, I get that energy, and I feel like it's very dope, and I feel like it's something that you should, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let me give you your flowers while you're on the phone, you know what I mean? Like a hand, like, you know what I'm saying? That's hand, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
I appreciate it, and I think like, again, going back to like the mood versus message, you know, like like I said, like I could be in a mood, and the song could have went different. It started off going actually completely different.
Right.
Even like the end with the horns and things of the sort, like it, you know, it didn't start off like that, but I felt like it gave it a different, like it was the first like a little bouncy bounce, and then it was like, yo, like let's drop into it. You know what I mean? And I guess the mood is feeling a little bit more like more serious, you know. I'm pretty serious with that. But like it's just more like serious with, if I'm feeling like how when I think about like, yo, like this, we're in these times, right? And for me, I'm like, what can I do for the time we're in, but like this specific moment, what needs to come through? And for me, like I felt like that was it. You know what I mean? Like just kind of be like, yo, I ain't here to play. You know, I might been dormant a little bit, but you know, what'd you say?
You're letting it be known. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Senza Infinite is here. You know what I mean? That's 100% dope. Let me just ask you one more thing. Is there anything else that sorry?
I was looking at Pinergy.
Oh yeah. Let me ask you one more thing before we kind of wrap it up. Is there anything else that you feel like as a listener, like the overall message, the overall concept, is there something that we haven't gone over that you want to make sure that as a listener that the point does come across? Like, is there anything else, like a specific bar that you were in there that you're like, yo, that's my favorite part of it, or like, yo, man, that was genius. Like, and it's and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain pieces that, you know, when you write a verse, there's a certain piece that you're like, yo, it can't get better than this. You know what I mean? Like, is there something in there that's like you want us to make sure we get that message, we get that piece?
Well, I feel like it's two different things, right? Because one, it could be like what I feel is the dopest lines, and then what I want y'all to get. So first, I feel like the cow to the bull to the matador. To be honest, I thought it was pretty clever. I mean, like it could be more, but also I thought it was dope because it's like the same motion, like you know the motions that matadors make. So like me ripping the page, like you know, so it's just I don't know.
Nah, that's ill. It puts that image in your head. That's like it's bigger than the words.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite. I was like, oh. Yeah, I thought it was cool. And then the message overall, honestly, is that I'm bringing messages. I guess, you know what I mean. Like, and what I mean by that is, I feel like, or I mean, I'll say maybe like more like, maybe that might be too deep, but like sacred messages, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we get messages all day, we get text messages, right? But then there's certain messages that you're like, yo, like you get a message from someone, you're like, hey, like I've been waiting for it, da 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 da. And I feel like that's the type of like, that's what I want to bring through, you know what I mean? And so I feel like if anything comes from this is that like, I guess even like how, I hope that my genuineness comes through, like how you see how genuine I am. Right. And like, I'm not like, this ain't a show, you know, I'm not just trying to act like, and I'm not, and nor do I feel like, oh, I'm like, you know, holier than thou or whatever the case, but like, you know, like Like, I do this. I'm not like trying to like act a certain part. Like, I am who I am. You know what I mean? And my lyrics reflect that.
You live
It's not like I'm out here living a whole different life. Like, I don't rock like that. Like, what I say is what I do. You know what I mean? So I guess the message is that it's more of I'm establishing myself in this sense of like, hey, like this is, I ain't even at my apex, but this is what I got. But just know that more is to come. You know what I mean? Like, this is just not like it's light work, but it's light work. You know what I mean? As I continue to lift the heavier things until it becomes lighter. You know, it becomes lighter.
Right.
So
Right,
yeah.
right. And I feel like again, with what you're saying, it reaffirms to me the feeling that I got when I heard it. You know what I mean? Like you're not proving yourself, but you're showing what you got. And in terms of like establishing yourself and letting like, yo, I'm a force to kind of be reckoned with. I got these bars. Like, yo, don't think I'm here. I'm coming to play. You know what I mean? And I feel like it's ill that way, right? And I mean, yeah, like to all the viewers, to everybody who watches this, make sure you guys tune into Senza Infinite. I know you got a lot more work coming soon. I know you got some stuff on SoundCloud, some freestyles, a few things. Is there any specific thing you want us to be on the lookout for, or is it just kind of like stay tuned for the process? Like, yo, like you better hit us with the it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? Like, with you.
So I guess I'm gonna just challenge myself, because I'm saying it right in front of everyone. So it's a thing now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm a
saying that. Well, yeah, I'm saying it now. I can't be out here looking like a liar. So yeah, I'm gonna say in front of all is that next Friday, I'll be dropping something on IG.
100%.
So yeah, 100%. I'm gonna just put it out there. I think I like the accountability and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I want to keep the momentum going, and continue just raising the bar.
100%. 100%. And no, just never, just don't. Just know that you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just know that, like, continue to do you, continue to be you, continue to be genuine, and you're very genuine even outside of this. Like, to me, is a personal experience, and that's something that I like salute heavily. Like, I feel like, it's a really good quality that you possess, and it's been nice chopping it up with you. I'm gonna chop it up with you anyway, regardless, like on off live, whatever, right? But for the people, not like that, you know what I'm saying? But like chop, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep the conversation going. I tease. And yeah, I'm basically just wrapping things up. So yeah, make sure that you guys tune into that. Make sure you guys check out Source 02. We actually put it all together in a guide called Source on our page, and you can scroll through and see every single freestyle and kind of see the progression of the ITs and how we're kind of bringing it to you guys. And yeah, just make sure you guys tune in, and you know what I'm saying. And thanks for being here, Senza IT. Thanks for providing us with this incredible material. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
100%. And thanks to everybody for tuning in. We will holler at you later. And shout out to Chef IR.
Yo.
For those incredible questions.
Yes.
And, we're gonna give you your credit today. And yeah.
All right.
Take care. Stay safe out here. One time.